All right, YouTube, it is cool. We are back again. We're going to make a part two of the week two predictions for the CDL pickems because actually a lot has changed within the week of when I recorded it, which is kind of insane to even think about. Like, there's a lot of things that happen that we got to talk about in it affects the pickems and stuff like that. And I figured I'd just make another whole new video with the predictions. As you can see, I already predicted. This is from my week one or from the prior video predictions. They still saved from the last time, but yeah, I figured I would make another video. That way, I can keep you guys updated on what my updated pickums look like, and talk through the new rosters that are happening this week and all the crazy stuff that happened. First of all, I want to get it out of the way. Thank you, Scump. Obviously, Call of Duty, Call of Duty went on a whirlwind the day that Seth retired, which is crazy. Um, Seth's the goat, man. That guy, I can't. I mean, it was hard to see him retire. I'm not gonna lie, I almost cried watching his video. It was very emotional. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people almost cried too, or even cried. You know, that's a powerhouse figure in the Call of Duty scene retiring, and yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Seth because that man deserves it, man. That guy's goated. But it also means Optic's roster has changed, which means I want to retalk through Pick'ems, and then also LA Thieves has some roster drama right now, and then also London Royal Ravens made some changes as well. So that's why I kind of figured I would make a whole new video, retalk through predictions. Like some of the predictions aren't going to change, because obviously it doesn't involve the teams that made changes. But yeah, I'm kind of doing this on a last minute whim too because like I was busy this week. So I have to get this video out before the CDL starts, which is actually in 30 minutes, by the way. Recording this 30 minutes before the CDL even starts. So yeah, trying to bang this one out, get my updated pick'ems out there and so you guys can see my updated pick'ems. That way, the record, you guys, that way I don't have to go next video. Like I said, be like, hey, I updated my pick'ems without telling you guys. You guys get to just see it. So first match, I'm not gonna change it. If you watched the last video, I went in depth of the match right here of who's gonna win, etc., etc. Not gonna change that prediction. I think it's still New York 3-1. This one, I think I had 3-2 in the last video. I said Seattle Surge 3-2. Um, but obviously the optic Texas change. You know, Seth's gone, man. Which means Dashy, aka Bruce, the guy, the most talented shooter in the league, is back in the lineup. And also, the lineup is Dashy, Illy, Hook, Shotty. Disgusting lineup on paper, by the way. Absolutely gross. All four of them individually. So I'm excited to see what post Optic after Scump is going to do, because I think they're going to be driven, and they're going to be driven to win for Seth, man. Like this is going to be a very hard driven Optic roster. And I think I think it made it abundantly clear that all the Optic drama is squashed, and what I'm saying, like, I think they talked it out at the end of the day. They're professional, they're adults, what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to put the BS aside that you had with people and move on. And yeah, like I said, I think it's extra motivation that they're doing it for Seth too. So there's that. But either way, Optic Texas, like I said, new lineup looks gross on paper. Um, Seattle Surge obviously has looked like they're struggled. So I changed this from a 3-2 to a 3-1. Like, I mean, Seth was disgusting, probably their best player, but I think Optics, like I said, is just going to be super fueled and fired up to win for Seth and bring home some events for Seth this year. They're going to be driven, and it's going to be nuts. Um, so yeah, I changed it from a 3-2 to a 3-1. Um, that's that. Another prediction I'm going to change. Um, Thieves actually are going to not have Kenny um for the weekend. Apparently Kenny's so sick he can't play. Even his doctor said to not play, just to rest, which is kind of insane. Hopefully Kenny gets feeling better soon. That is not something you want to hear, obviously, going into the weekend if you're an LA Thieves fan. Um, but yeah, that is tough to hear, man. Kenny's a very impactful, important player for this roster. They did end up picking up Capsidal as an emergency substitute, which is also another gross player. Don't get me wrong. But as unfortunate it is for Thieves, I think that they're gonna miss Kenny, man, and they're playing against Toronto Ultra. I think they just get 3-0'd. Like Toronto Ultra is a very, very top team in the game right now. They look on form. LA Thieves with a substitute. I think this would have been a 3-1, 3-2 with Kenny in it. It would have been a lot closer for a series. And this is no dig on Capsule. Like I said, phenomenal player, absolute beast. But, you know, it's a one weekend thing. It's temporary. All you can hope for as an LA Thieves fan is to hopefully pull off an upset this weekend and try and get the win. So, either way, yeah, 3-0 Toronto Ultra. This is not going to change from my last video. I still think Vegas 3-2 here. I think Vegas 2-3-5's breach, and we're gonna keep that the way it is. I actually changed this prediction too. I had LA Thieves winning before. Obviously, we just talked about the Kenny situation. Um, yeah, I mean, I think, and then this is a good time to bring up the London situation. Trey Zero actually did get benched, and Paul X is back in the starting lineup. So the roster is Paul X, Scraps, Asim or Asim, and Nasty. Um, yeah, I mean, London's just trying to do anything at this point to not be 12th, in my opinion. Apparently, Trey said it on stream, like his teammates told him before that he needs to do more as a teammate, that he wasn't grinding enough, blah, blah, blah. And then Trey grinded and has been grinding. Now Trey's playing challengers and stuff like that, but it still wasn't enough for Trey, I guess. They just felt more comfortable with Paul X. So, yeah, Paul X is starting again. This is just the battle of the new rosters, essentially. I actually am going to predict the London upset here. I still think it's an upset, even though LA Thieves has Capsule and are going to miss Kenny, like I said. But I think London come out hot with their new roster. I think they 3-2. I think this is a close series. Speaking both teams have new rosters, but I think this is a 3-2. In favor of the London Royal Ravens. that one scares me a little in my predictions. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm going to predict London here. Um, Next one, Optic Texas Toronto Ultra. This one doesn't change much in the fact that I give Optic probably maybe another map because, like I said, they're gonna be super fired up. I think they come out with hot confidence in this series, but I think Toronto Ultra, even with Optic's new lineup, still gonna need more time for Optic, obviously. Obviously Optic's new roster's only been a team for a week now, just like the last roster before when Seth was there and they picked up Hook, etc. So it's only going to be a matter of time for Optic to get in that top form, but they're going to need the time. And like I said, Toronto Ultra is just a completely different beast. So I'll give Optic another map because, like I said, they're going to be fired up for Seth to win for Seth. But like it's Toronto Ultra, man. They're a top 2, top 3 team in the game right now. So yeah. Next match. I'm not going to change it. Nothing happened with these teams. I think it still comes out the same result. Atlanta FaZe 3-0 smoke show on the Minnesota Rocker. Um, this one could be interesting depending on this series, how this series goes. Since I have London winning, I'm still gonna say Vegas 3-1, and I'm gonna confidently say that because I still feel like they're the best search team in the game. Vegas is disgusting at search and destroy, and I feel like, honestly, this is the 50-50 series in my opinion. But Vegas is obviously better this year, well more organized as a team. So yeah, I'm still gonna say Vegas 3-1, but I'm excited to see this new London roster play on Saturday. I just want to throw that out there. I want to see how they do, see how they look, etc. Not gonna change this series either. I think arguably LAG looked hotter in respawns than Minnesota. I think Minnesota wins maybe a search or control, and that's about it. So I'm not gonna change that one, and I'm not gonna change this one either. Still think this one goes the same route, same result. Very, very hot series to look out for. I'm excited for it. Two top teams going at each other. It's gonna be a bloodbath, and I still have Atlanta FaZe clutching it out 3-2 last map. So that's going to be my updated predictions for week 2. I just, like I said, wanted to throw a quick video out updating you guys on what happened this week in the CDL because, like I said, a lot happened, obviously, as we talked about in the series. Shout out my boy Seth again. Hey, man, Thank you, Scump, man. His career will be legendary and always will be. That guy is the face of Call of Duty, man. Um, yeah. Let me know what you guys think of your. Maybe you guys have updated predictions like I do in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Shout out my boy Seth. See you guys in the next week's video.